What side are you on? Well, I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. What side are you on? Tell me. I want to know. Good Monday morning. What a way to start off the week. Good Monday morning. I am your host, BKP, and you're watching I still have my Trump pin. Wait a minute. Let me get this. I am your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. And good morning, Diane. What? I still have my Trump watch. I still have my Trump pin. Probably not going to say anything new this morning than we've been saying for, several weeks, right up to last week. So what side are you on? Because you have to pick a side, right? I mean, I want to ask you a question. Do you think, because if you're new to the show, I study the deep state, corporate, corrupt, mockingbird media. And I find it interesting that we had a really nice shift this way. We're not going left or right on the screen, so don't read anything into it. But we had a real nice shift this way that we were going to bring down the corporate media. We were going to expose the corporate media. They have run the Russian narrative, MSNBC, which is now MS Now, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox News, the Murdoch group that supported Nikki Haley, right? They didn't support Trump. They support what's that guy down there? What's his name? I don't even like to talk about him. But anyhow, so we were going to shift over here. We were going to get in line with, now easy. When I say we, there was a line going to form behind, Tucker, form behind Bannon, not myself, form behind Bannon, form behind Tucker, Posobiec, Laura Loomer. I mean, we were going to get over here and we were going to take that deep state corporate corrupt media down. But the entire narrative of the Trump administration, including President Donald Trump, shifted back over giving life. Now, you may not like what I'm about to tell you, but giving life back to the deep state corporate corrupt media, which leads me to ask the question, have we been a test all along? Are we part of a research project they're doing over at the Mockingbird Media and over at the CIA? Can you shift America this way and a populist and then see what happens when it explodes? I'm serious. You got to ask yourself, every one of those, could there be a study that they're now going through and saying, this is what happens when that explodes? Because look, I'm not for years, I'm not a Sean Hannity fan, not at all. I'm not a fixed news, all right? I don't like the cooking show in the morning, but a lot of people watch the old cooking shows on ABC, Good Morning America, right? Or whatever they call them over there. I don't know. Now, I don't want to go down the road of all the Fox talent. Some of them I like a little bit, but at the same time, it's a Rupert Murdoch group. So President Trump has done everything, and President Trump's cabinet has done everything to keep fixed news, also known as Fox, soaring as high as they can. They all go over there. And then your MSNBC, your CBS, your ABC, they use the Fox News clips. That would have never happened 25 years ago. There would 25. I'll just go 25 years ago. There is no news director 25 years ago on any network that we would even basically remotely think about, unless it was something just really big, using another network's footage. It just very seldom did you see a courtesy of. But Fox, they all run the Fox. They get the sound bites, right? The lady from the Dakotas, Kristi Noem, with the extensions, fake extensions, right? Handing out the checks. She runs for Fox, right? Besant, Mike, they all do. And recently, they've all been going to NBC, right? They've been going to NBC. Oh, yes. Sean Duffy, others, they've been going to different networks, CNN. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene goes to CNN and goes to all the networks. So for some reason, as we get into this morning, let's start there. Was this a test of your local broadcast system? If a real test, we'll let you know, right? Was it? Because I have to tell you, the networks, they're running the narrative as we study here every day. Now, when I say that, what side are you on? Because you got to pick a side, right? You got to be on Israel's side. You got to be on Ben Shapiro, Laura Loomer, Mark Levin. You got to be on this side, or you got to be on Tucker Carlson's side, or you got to be on Nick Fuentes, Laura Loomer's side, or you got to be on Bannon's side, which God knows I'm not on. I mean, come on, you got to be on a side, right? Are you on Marjorie Taylor Greene's side? Are you on President Trump's side? I mean, you got to pick. You can't just be out there willy-nilly running through life, thinking for yourself. God forbid you do that. I'm just going to throw out 6 months. I have been over 6 months now. Diane will tell you. I have proof. We have on this network told you for over 6 months that you were watching the demagnification of America. We've said that. Nothing new here. Not shocked this morning. Okay? Not shocked. We told you that. We told you that they would be positioning on post-Trump. Post-Trump positioning would start taking place. And if you want to rip the fabric right down the middle and have people start running for the exits, who better than Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald J. Trump? Didn't get the same traction with Elon Musk. Hasn't gotten the same traction with anyone else like Thomas Massey. But Lord. So that being said, whose side are you on? Now, there's a difference. Let me say this, and I'm going to play a lot of clips this morning. And it seems to all surround the Epstein file. The Epstein file. 1 minute. I mean, I'm just going to tell you something. The Trump administration, led by Pam Bondi, the Department of Justice, which I've never been out there. We have tape here, right? Telling Pam Bondi for God knows the longest time to get off Fox News, right? She backed away a little bit because the social media was going on out there. Hey, when is she going to get off Fox News? Is that her job or is it DOJ? So that being said, there's not been a lot of cheering going on here for Pam Bondi. So this morning, I have to first and foremost say the Trump administration has totally blown the Epstein issue. Totally. Now, when you have women that have been raped, all right, 14-year-old girls. I mean, they've done an ad. They're out there with a public service ad. Give me number 119, and we'll go to 120. Hi, Diane. When you have these ladies, all right, they were groomed as young girls, as young as 14. It's time to shine a light into the darkness. They've released this, I understand. Give me 120. I don't know if it's the same one or different. Here's 4 of the Epstein victims. Here's 4 more, okay? They don't feel comfortable that everything's been released, all right? And when you've been accused of rape, and I'm not attacking Donald J. Trump. I'm not going to say that for the next 3 hours all the way into the Georgia hour. But the reality is, when you've been accused of rape, E. Jean Carroll, regardless, you have to be very careful using the word hoax. Now, I understand the President of the United States says Democrat hoax. I get that. Calls it Epstein hoax, Democrat. I get that. But somewhere in the administration, there has to be someone come out and show compassion for these ladies. Someone has to. So, in my opinion, and I'll go much deeper, in the entire Epstein debacle, the administration has totally and completely blown this from start to finish. Absolutely from start to finish. Right up to today saying release the file. I mean, now Marjorie Taylor Greene, let me see, how will we go through this morning? Because President Trump has attacked MTG. Give me number 132. Let's go. I'm not going to play all of the MTG CNN interview and the things. I'm sorry, number 32. Yeah, Republicans should vote for the Epstein files. I'm going to show you that. Now, obviously, the administration, I mean, every network around the world, Istanbul newspaper has the Epstein file. The woman I've talked to over and over have said President Trump did nothing wrong. Some even told me they voted for him. I have no idea what's in the Epstein file, but they are the ones asking them to be released. Their voices should be loudest, and I'm listening to them. So, what is the actual truth? Saturday, I went to a meeting and I asked a member of Congress. So, just release it. I have the video. I'm not playing it right now. We got a lot to do. I was told everything's released. That's what I was told. Everything's released. Okay. Somehow, some way, everything's not released. And it's not that we on this show or anyone's really implicating President Donald Trump. Now, what is, give me number 34. Now, this and the Epstein files is why I'm being attacked by President Trump. It really makes you wonder what is in those files, and who and what country is putting so much pressure on him. I forgive him, and I will pray for him to return to his original MAGA promises. So, I mean, what is she saying? I mean, I'm getting enough people telling me Epstein was an agent of Israel and was a blackmail artist for the Mossad. I mean, I'm just saying, it's out there, right? There's something that really fires everybody up. And I, for one, agree that Democrats had it for 4 years. I get that. But Democrats, President Trump was asked during the campaign and said, yeah, I'll release them. J.D. Vance said, I'll release them. Don Jr. saying, transparency, release them. So now she is, I get it. I get it. All right. Number 35, I want to thank the courageous women who are Epstein survivors that wrote this beautiful letter to support me. I've got your back. I look forward to seeing some of you this week. Stay strong. All right. I have to tell you. Now, the other thing Marjorie Taylor Greene is getting in trouble for, and trust me, this is not a Marjorie Taylor Greene support, group. Not at all. MTG, she no like me. No. Right? But you do realize every time, I'm going to say this to you, because I don't know if you can handle it. If you can't handle this, you might need to leave now. You do need to realize what really angers President Trump, really angers him, is every time he stands up and tells you that we have, $20 trillion worth of investment in this country, right? You do realize every time one of those companies say, we're going to bring $200 billion of investment to your country, but in return, those corporations want X number of H-1B visas in the deal. That's why he's angry. Exactly. Now, give me number 36. My heart is with Americans who struggle to afford life in America today. After tyrannical COVID lockdowns and gigantic government spending bailouts, inflation has driven costs out of control while American jobs have been replaced by visa holders and illegals. I mean, that's enough to tick anyone off. You see, here's the deal. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. I know you don't like when I find nuggets of truth over on left media, but let me just say this. I just told you, the H-1B visas, that fight and that argument, every single, why do you think Trump is really blowing up right now? Because all of the great, the golden age, I think the golden age is actually in the Oval Office, where he keeps putting this gold leaf on anything that is a bare spot. I don't know. I'm serious, okay? But look, H-1B visas, all that money coming in, maybe it's doing something, maybe it's churning, maybe it's working. They say in 2026 it's really going to pay off. I hope so. You see, I know it's going to take time to get this, to right the ship. I know it's going to take time to right the ship. the mistake that's been made is the perception you forgot about the people until that time occurs. Perception is very important. So, U.S. grocery prices have never been more expensive. Now, just saying. So, I guess maybe that sent them over the edge. Number 37, the ratio, I think that's what it says on this post, should serve as an ultimate warning to all my Republican colleagues. You vote no on Tuesday to release the Epstein files and face severe outrage from America. Republicans don't have support from women, and this right here is a perfect example of why. I mean, number 39, I am introducing a bill to end the mass replacement of American workers by aggressively phasing out the H-1B visa program. Big tech, AI giants, hospitals, industries across the board have abused the H-1B system to cut out our own people. Maybe it was get rid of the H1. It was, right? I mean, '43. The Fox News numbers say it all. 70% of H-1B visas go to India. How's that for a Dunkin' Donuts? I was thinking donut. I was thinking, just relax, people. Relax. 70% of H-1B visas go to India. 10%, 15% go to China. 80% are entry-level jobs that should be going to young Americans. Maybe that's what ticked the guy off, right? Maybe that's it. Not for sure. I'm introducing a bill to eliminate them. Eliminating a bill, introducing a bill to eliminate those visas. Okay. So, now, hang tight. I got a couple here I want you to see. Number 23. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. Now, folks, I am going to prove to you some things in the next segment. Now, if you're outside of Georgia, what was really interesting this week, all right? Really interesting this weekend, was everyone across the country trying to explain what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? She's in the 14th district of Georgia. 14th district is a little different in Georgia. It's different coming out of Tennessee, out of Chattanooga. A little different out there, not in a bad way. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, I listened all weekend. Everybody tell me, well, on social media, X, everyone, what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm going to explain for the 90, 11th, 47th, 89, 52nd time after this break. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. Now, I have to say this. Ooh, I'll say it after the break. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is a disgrace to our Republican Party, right? Number 24, I'm withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. This blew everything up, right? Over the past weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, we got nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing on the shutdown. I mean, I don't know who's writing for the president. My total and complete victory, achievements of our victory on the shutdown. Let me just take that one right there before I got to go to break. Let me take that one. Tim Kaine. Hold on. What did we get on the shutdown? I know I got that somewhere. Let's see. Shutdown. Video 2. Give me video 2 briefly here.
Joined the negotiation really just 48 hours before it came to a head. I was able to negotiate with Republican colleagues in the White House key protections for federal employees. Everybody who's furloughed comes back with back pay. All the folks that President Trump fired since October 1 come back with back pay. And most importantly, a guarantee of no mass firings, no rifts going forward. So those two items, together with the guarantee of a vote on health care, on a proposal that the Democrats put on the table. We didn't have any of that on October 1. We had that by last Sunday, and that's why I switched my no vote to yes.
Biggest regulation cuts in history, stopped 8 wars, rebuilding. Now stopped 8 wars. Look, I'm not attacking. He said the Ukraine-Russian war would be ended on day 1. Now, I do understand why it's not ended, but it's not. Close the border. I agree with that. No men and women's sports or transgender for everyone, ending DEI. Let's see, regulation cuts, 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected in every country around the world. Having trillions of dollars, record-setting investment in the USA. Folks, they all come with a visa package. Every one of them. Every last one of those trillion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar deals, I could show you, they all come with a visa package. And just last week, correct me if I'm wrong, just last week, he said, hey, let's bring, was it 600,000 Chinese students? I mean, you can't tell me you're not sitting there still shocked on the Chinese student visas. You are not telling me. And just last week, right? Just last week, while people are still talking about, I got it here somewhere, I know I do. While people are still talking about the elections, affordability, number 8, a reformed, I guess if he could be reformed, anybody can. A reformed Al-Qaeda terrorist is sitting there with our Secretary of State, our Vice President, and our President. They're yucking it up. He's not a traitor, right? I'm just going to tell you, all right, let me say this and let's go to break. It's going to be a long day. Diane, well, I don't know how long we can go today, but listen to me on this. MAGA, America first, make America great again. Make America great again. I've always supported America first. America first. That's me all the way back in the Pat Buchanan days. I have been so make America great again, America first, that we supported Pat Buchanan until he got out of the race. Oh, yes. Because he was called an isolationist, remember? Because he wanted to build a wall, Pat Buchanan, remember? And he wanted America first, remember? And Ronald Reagan said, make America great again. So there's MAGA. And Trump says he brought you into this world. He can take you out of this world. More when we return. What side are you on? Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks. I'm your host, BKP. You watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. What if, hi, Diane. What if Thomas Massey wins his election? And what if Donald J. Trump finds someone to run against Marjorie Taylor Greene, endorses that individual in the 14th District of Georgia, and Marjorie Taylor Greene wins? I'm going to ask a question. Very difficult day, but we tried to tell you. Very difficult day. Let me ask you a question. In 2026, this is going to be a show you're going to want to put an asterisk next to, because everything we're telling you today, you're going to want to go back and review at a later time. If Basent is telling people that just hang on, 2026, it's going to be much better in 2026. It's coming. You'll see. And okay, but I will tell you this. It will have to turn around in a way that changes how people feel, or the midterms. Do you want Trump's endorsement? Could things be going south that fast? Just saying. Now, for those that are upset with what I'm saying, the narrative that Trump, Johnson, they all gave the narrative back to the deep state corporate corrupt media. If you don't think the narrative is back with CNN, MS Now, NBC, CBS, Fox, the Murdochs, if you don't think the corporate billionaire media has the narrative back and is running with it, President Trump, all of them, absolutely. On over here, the podcast world, they're battling for position. But I'm telling you, everyone's in post-Trump mode. Now, when President Trump took office, obviously, all of us are very excited. I've always told you, remember, go look this up. I told this to someone yesterday. Go look it up. Diane, you know what I'm going to say. Trump is inaugurated January 20th of 2025. Who did he have standing next to him January 21st, 2025? I'll leave that out there, see if anybody wants to answer it. Even if Diane, I don't care who it is. January 21st of 2025, the day after, who was standing next to Trump, right? I always tell you that. The very first thing Trump should have put in place is a stay connected or an America First, stay connected to America committee dedicated to bringing prices down in America, or working and letting you know that there was a team working on it. Should have been the very first, not a disconnect. Not Trump, the Gilded Age 2.0. We were okay with the billionaire Elon Musk because we heard people were getting fired, cleaning out the house. We're okay with that. But I have to tell you, ever since Elon left, I mean, we hear very little about house cleaning. Very little. Now, President Trump should have had a team. Should have had a team that stayed connected. And he did not. Did not stay connected to the people. I'm going to explain that in a minute, but I want to go with this first and foremost. And I will tell you, I was telling somebody yesterday on a phone call. I had so many phone calls this weekend and text messages. There's a lot that we enjoy with Trump. We enjoy when Trump throws out a little name. Like I will always call him Little Marco. We enjoy those kind of things. We enjoy, some of the social media posts where he says things. I will always love the fat shot. Mom, my mom, I'm on the friggin' show and I get a text message. I'm going to show you this. I mean, I'm not breaking, but I get a text message, right? I will always love Make Brian Great Again. Haircut, go on a diet. It came from my mom. Mom, that hurt my feelings. Now, Shelley Winters called me fat. And what's the one of the Turning Point brats? What's her name? I don't know. She called me old. He called me fat. Mom said I need a haircut. All right, so moving right along. Trump should have put someone to stay connected. But we love when he called it the fat shot. We like that, okay? But recently, some of this is just, I think it's crossing the line. I want to know, like I said, what side are you on, right? What side are you on? And I'm gonna tell you the one that upset me. This upset me, okay? I'm gonna get it out there. I think this one bothered me, and I want to get this out here. I'm not going another day without this one bothered me. It was uncalled for. This is uncalled for. Look, I don't know Congressman Thomas Massey. I know Congressman Thomas Massey's chief of staff has a strong dislike for me. I know his chief of staff, and he has a very strong dislike for me. I know that, okay? But I don't know the congressman. But regardless, I mean, could someone talk to the president? Number 29. I'm sorry. This is wrong. This one was wrong. It was just wrong. Okay. Did Thomas Massey, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr., because of the fact that he's always voting against the Republican Party, get married already? This is wrong, folks. If you do not have the nerve, the guts, the courage to say when something's wrong, okay, Boy, that was quick. No wonder the polls have him at less than 8% of winning the election. Anyway, have a great life, Thomas. And question, his wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser. Wrong. I mean, hey, wrong. You don't do that. A guy was married 30 years. I don't know why she died, what happened. There are some private things in this world. I'm not calling it out. Married 30 years. She died. He got remarried. Now, I will say this, like statistically, or studies show that if a person has a happy relationship in their marriage and, that they tend to want someone to share their life with. So I don't have time to judge that, and I'm not going to be a judge. This is wrong. I mean, I don't agree with Thomas Massey. I've been on here about his politics and certain things like that. I've been on here and I have said, hey, listen, till the day I go to meet my Lord and Savior, I would not understand gain of function research without Rand Paul. Hate him if you want to. Rand Paul and I, we have disagreements on things, but that's what I was saying. Now, give me hold on. Give me video 11.
These files, according to the survivors.
The president has gone after you in some deeply personal ways. I mean, attacking you over and over again, even attacking you for regarding your wedding, your recent wedding, which, by the way, congratulations. What do you make of all that? And he's obviously supporting your primary opponents. I mean, what kind of retribution are you facing?
You know, my wife told me, she said, I told you so. We should have invited Donald Trump. He's mad that he didn't get an invitation. So we're taking it with a grain of salt. He's being a bully or trying to be a bully. And they're trying to beat me here in Kentucky. But here's what's interesting. The people financing this campaign consist completely of 3 billionaires, and they're all in the Epstein class. In fact, one of them is named in Epstein's phone book, not the secret files that the FBI is keeping, but in Epstein's phone book. So it's a small world. Dogs don't bark at parked cars, and we are winning. I'm not tired of winning yet, but we're winning. And not only the speaker, but the attorney general, the FBI director, and the president himself and the vice president, they're taking a big loss this week because after months of fighting, I am winning this week with Ro Khanna. We're forcing this vote, and it's going to happen. I would remind my Republican colleagues who are deciding how to vote, Donald Trump can protect you in red districts right now by giving you an endorsement. But in 2030, he's not going to be the president, and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then. This vote, the record of this vote, will last longer than Donald Trump's presidency.
Like the guy, dislike the guy, agree or disagree. Yep, that's exactly right. In red districts, 2030. I mean, I'm telling you right now. Now, Trump attacked, but number 65. Let's not forget something here, right? Give me number 65, Diane. This guy. Now, hey, this is what I hear. This is what I hear. Just going on what I hear. Saturday, Donald Trump plays, is what I hear. I can't verify. Trust but verify. This is what I hear. Donald Trump plays golf with a gay alcoholic warmonger. That's just what I hear. What a great day playing golf with the president is November 15. So much fun today at Trump Graham Golf Classic. that will benefit the Republican cause. What the hell is the Republican cause? President real Donald Trump was very gracious with his time, and I appreciate. Wait, where is this? Where is that guy? Let's see. Is this the guy right here? Give me video 25, Diane. Is that the same guy right there?
Trump and I, we've had a hell of a journey. I hate it to end this way. Oh my God, I hate it. From my point of view, he's been a consequential president. But today, first thing you'll see, all I can say is count me out. Enough is enough.
He gets a round of golf, a pat on the back. Oh, don't forget, Marco Rubio got 100 votes in the Senate. Got 100 votes. Don't forget, right? Just saying. All right, let's go ahead. I want to come back and talk about the MAGA breakup. We got a lot more in the Georgia Hour. We're going to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene also, and some things going on with Brad Raffensperger, of all people. Yes, I know you don't like that. And the data centers. When do you think a nuclear war is possible, and when would it start? Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on Voice of Rural America.com. Hi, Diane. Now, at 10 o'clock, we have the Georgia Hour. Nothing happened in Georgia. Where's Marjorie Taylor Greene from? Holy smokes. You know, I told you this earlier. What I'm really enjoying is for the most part, not the explosion of MAGA, but what I'm really enjoying is that everyone out there is discussing Marjorie Taylor Greene as though they know what happened and what's really going on. I'm going to do that the Georgia Hour. I'm going to go into great detail because a lot of our Georgia viewers tune in and you need to know, and that'll give time to like get people like Shelley Winters and Emery Roy and others to tune in so they can learn something, or a thing or two. Now, moving right along. 109. Let me just say this, and then we're going to get into the narrative, because Trump is now calling for, we will see about rebate checks. Okay, so you do know $2,000, you got to print that money. So anyone out there in the world of, no, that's coming out of the tariff account, you would have to just keep piling money to come anywhere close. You got to print that money. And how does inflation work, Joe Biden? Print the hell out of it and just send people a check. So President Trump talking about inflation being down, prices being down. The last thing you want to do is print $2,000 checks. I'd love to have, throw me a couple grand, and then everyone go out and spend it the next day. We have no idea what that could cause, so take that down. Now, that being said, let's go through the narrative of the day. So, I know exactly why they flipped, and I want to go through this first because we'll start from yesterday morning. Give me number 155. Meet the depressed, right, as Rush used to call it. 155, right out of the box, right? Right out of the box yesterday. Meet the press. Records release. All right. Now, Tuesday, tomorrow, there will be a vote on the floor. So why is Trump saying, go ahead and vote yes on it? They're going to block it in the Senate or he's going to veto it. We know that. Number 154, Meet the Depressed, the breakup. I predict, here's my prediction, the next U.S. Senator from the state of New York, 153. Let me introduce you to the next U.S. Senator from the state of New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Here you go, number 152, Meet the Depressed. Most Americans wish he would fight this hard to help the forgotten man and woman of America who are fed up with foreign wars, foreign causes, and going broke trying to feed their families and are losing hope of ever achieving the American dream. Now, I'm just going to throw something in here. As you well know, I will state quite often, we're not friends. MTG. But what she knows, and you know as viewers, if you don't like me, you don't like me. But if you say something that's correct, I'm going to put it out there. Now, you don't know her district, the 14th district. Now, it has pulled down into Cobb, but for the most part, you don't know her district. And until you drive through her district and see some of the struggles that the people are going through in her district, she's not wrong. If I stay focused on the Georgia 14th district, those are good people. Those are real good people. I want to say that once. 151, Trump cuts ties with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, you're going to see this in a couple of them. 150. Thank you, Mr. President, right? Trump tells Pam Bondi, go start an investigation. Thank you, Mr. President. The Southern District of New York, U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton is one of the most capable and trusted prosecutors in the country, and I've asked him to take the lead. As with most matters, the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity to deliver answers to the American people. Now, like it or dislike it, she's part of the cover-up. Everything about it looks like a cover-up. Yes, I know the Democrats had the file for 4 years. Yes, I know Biden. I know Merrick Garland. I know Chris. I get it. I don't disagree with that at all. Then why did you handle it this way? Why didn't on day one you come out and say, look, we must protect the women, the victims. They must be protected. We are going to meet with them and discuss this case directly with them. But as far as a file, the Democrats have had that file for 4 years. And before we say go on that, the women that were raped and abused will be our top priority from a woman. Why not? Blew it all up. Phase 1, the binders, they're on my desk. The missing minute, don't forget the missing minute out of the video. The night that Dr. Biden told us he did not commit suicide on Fox News. Epstein. Maxwell Blanchard, is that his name? Goes and interviews her. Now she's at a cushy prison. Facts are facts. She got moved to a cushy prison. No, nothing looks wrong here. And now what you do is you start an investigation. Go ahead and start an investigation. Because guess what, folks? Under an investigation, files are not public. $149, this came from ABC, right? We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against unchanged third parties. She said that in testimony. 1 minute. All right, we're going to start immediately. She's already said this. This is in her testimony. 148. Trump bashes longtime ally Representative Green as traitor, rhino. 147. I hope soon to release the Epstein files. Now, 143, ABC, Trump bashes It's astonishing, really, how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out that he actually goes to this level. I mean, then Trump says, Fox News, everyone, this is their narrative of the day. Or this week, 142, Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan, Chase, and many other people and institution Trump orders DOJ to investigate. I don't know. I keep hearing that Epstein was a blackmail artist or professional for Israel, the Mossad. I don't know. Number 141, Fox News yesterday, the Epstein file. 140, House to vote on release of the Epstein file. 136, Fox News. I believe the American people, I am one of you. I believe you are good, talented, creative, intelligent, hardworking, and want to achieve. I am solidly against you being replaced by foreign labor. America first. As I told you in the beginning of the program, every one of those dollars in the trillions that Trump keeps saying he's brought back to invest from foreign countries comes with so many visas. You know, like you make a donation, you get 8 passes. Come on. Number 135, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Trump spar on social media. Good morning, America, at 4 a.m. this morning. 4 a.m. this morning. The first thing, Good Morning America, ABC, 134. Epstein scandal fallout. Right? 132, Trump. Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files. 131, ABC, 402. You can see 402 this morning, right out of the box. Right from the beginning. 127, MS Now. It's MS Now, not MSNBC. In a shift, Trump says House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files. 126, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide and it's time to move on from the Democrat hoax perpetrated by the radical left. Now, no matter what he calls it, right? 125, Trump calls House Republicans to vote the Epstein. Here is his actual quote, right? 124. Here's Pam Bondi, 123, saying, sure, I'll get on it immediately. 121, Trump suggests they could have manipulated Epstein files in late 2024. Why not just say that? Why not just say that? Why is he saying vote now? Because I have to tell you, whether Thomas Massey, you like him or not, I'm going to tell you exactly why he's changed his tune because of that 2028 and Ro Khanna video 5.
And we're going to hold this class accountable.
Very quickly, how many Republicans do you think will join you?
I'm hoping for 40 plus.
Okay. Look,
Okay, so make sure. I hope 40 plus. Massey said he thought it would be like 100. Now, what President Trump is doing, he's going to try to open an investigation. That could stop it. He's telling Republicans, go ahead and vote for it. So it looks like he told them on Tuesday to vote for it. I mean, who's advising the President of the United States right now? Right? And then he says, it's got to go to the Senate. Thune is going to shut it down. And if it goes there, he has to sign it. I mean, I don't disagree. 120 and 119. 118 CNN, they should have come out from the very beginning and handled this thing. Pam Bondi played a stunt with the binders. It's on my desk. Maxwell's in a sweetheart prison now. It just stinks something's wrong. And yes, we know the Democrats have it. 117 CNN, 5 a.m. this morning. First thing. 116, Trump urges them, hey, get them out there. Number 115. As I said Friday night aboard Air Force One, House Republicans should vote to release the file. A Democrat hoax. 114. Green on feud with Trump. All comes down to Epstein files. 113. I have made a firm decision. I dislike this guy. I've made a firm. I wasn't holding out, but I have come to. I'm not on board with this guy. House Speaker downplays Epstein files for a vote. All right. And what else we have here? Let me make sure. Got to get the Border Patrol in a minute. So let's go into some of the cracks. 102, right? Let's run this. Trump defends Tucker Carlson after Nick Fuentes interview. $100. Trump said, I know MAGA once better than anyone else. All right. 99. Trump cuts ties with Marjorie Taylor Greene. 98. MAGA rift grows as Trump's feud with Marjorie Taylor Greene before key 2026 midterm elections. There's a lot of talk out there because Marjorie said, and I don't have it, I don't have that video, I might get it later, that she doesn't want to run for governor or Senate. Let's go with video one. This is Meet the Press yesterday, video one, the opening.
Breakup. President Trump turns against one of his biggest supporters. Is the MAGA movement fracturing?
MAGA was my idea. MAGA was nobody else's idea. I know what MAGA wants better than anybody else. And MAGA wants to see our country thrive.
My guess.
Wrong. MAGA wasn't his idea. It wasn't his idea. And he doesn't know what MAGA wants more than anyone else. Because if he did, he would have put a team together to realize that from car insurance to tires to groceries to you name it out there, Mr. President, to clothing to furniture, everything, most American people, a lot of them are struggling. So let's go to the cracks. Meet the Press video 6.
One of the most vocal allies of the president is part of the MAGA movement. She said that he personally inspired her to run over the course of it. But I think in the last 6 months, or certainly in the last several weeks, we have seen cracks within MAGA. And there's now this division where there is not the unity there once was, where specifically you see MAGA versus, I think, this America First wing. Some people specifically on that topic in particular. To think about the places where Marjorie Taylor Greene has differed from the president that have resonated. First, get rid of the focus on foreign policy, right? Yeah. The topic of Israel has been so divisive for that movement. Venezuela, $20 billion being sent to Argentina. They say she says the focus needs to be on domestic issues. She told our colleagues at NBC News, it's not America first, it's America only hardcore. And the thing that was striking to me as it relates to Epstein, which is really what triggered all this, was Ro Khanna earlier on the broadcast saying, just the fact that Donald Trump is going after MTG says that he could go after anybody. Nobody's safe. Khanna said he's afraid that some Republicans are going to peel back because of that.
That was
So MTG first going after her was to shut it down. Now keep that in mind. Going after her was to shut it down. Watch and see what happens, Marjorie, when I just really blister you. I'm going to tell you it didn't work. It didn't work. Last night he said, all right, go ahead and vote for it. Everything President Trump has said about Marjorie Taylor Greene in the last several days has supposed to have been put total fear and shock into all Republicans. It didn't work. They're all, every one of them, every Republican out there, no matter what you may think, is behind closed doors saying, do we go forward with Trump? Do we pause? Where are we at with this? Hey, where's my focus group? What did they say? Hey, does anybody have polling on this? Trust me, they're all the distance. ABC, the opening video 8.
President Trump loses a long battle over the Jeffrey Epstein files. Now he wants the Justice Department to investigate Democrats associated with Epstein, even as the president's name appears over and over again in newly released emails. This week starts right.
Video 9, ABC.
A hoax put out by the Democrat, and a couple of few Republicans have gone along with it because they're weak and ineffective.
New details in the Jeffrey Epstein case as a House committee releases more than 20,000 pages of documents from Epstein's estate. President Trump is trying hard to fight the release of more Epstein files, but now he says he wants a new investigation.
What did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard?
We'll speak exclusively.
All right, so Bill Clinton. I mean, okay. I mean, you had those files from 2016 to 2020. Bill Clinton was in them then. Just saying. Video 10, ABC, smoke screen. Massey.
This is a hoax. He's been saying that for months. Well, he's just now decided to investigate a hoax, if it's a hoax. And I have another concern about these investigations that he's announced. If they have ongoing investigations in certain areas, those documents can't be released. So this might be a big smokescreen, these investigations, to open a bunch of them as a last-ditch effort to prevent the release of the Epstein files.
I mean, it is extreme.
Now, I have said over and over, this lady does not like me, and I'm going to show you why she does not like me one bit. I'd have her on the show. I'd have her on the show tomorrow. We'd talk about this, okay? Because I understand her district, and I'm not angry at the things she's saying. Now, when you say, well, she went on CNN, and now she's trying to be a victim, and now... I get that, but the H-1B visas and the Epstein file and, and America First, not a terrorist in the White House, groceries, we need to talk about groceries. We need to reopen the government, do what we have to do. Good morning, America. Oh, smokescreen. I'm telling you, the president was supposed to attack her in a way. There was no way whatsoever that it would put Republicans in total fear to even move. Didn't work. I'm telling you, it didn't work. And the investigation, a smokescreen? Yes. Now you want an investigation? I call for an investigation. I tell you, this is not adding up. Video 16.
Right now on Good Morning America, first look, an about-face from President Trump and the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. What he's now urging Republicans to do as he escalates attacks on former ally Marjorie Taylor Greene.
4 a.m. nonstop. Now, at no time today have we implicated President Trump has done anything to one of the victims. No, we haven't at one time today. But who is in there? Video 17, Good Morning America, again at 4 a.m. this morning.
Overnight, a major reversal from President Trump.
I don't care about it, released or not. What I think you should do, if you're going to do it, then you have to go into Epstein's friends This Reid Hoffman spent a lot of time on the island. I was never on this island. Bill Clinton is the one there supposedly 28 times.
Trump last night making his new position clear. House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. It comes ahead of tomorrow's expected vote in the House on a bill that could force the release of all of the Justice Department's files on Epstein. The lead Republican
I've told you over and over, the narrative was given back to them. It was. It's been given back to the deep state corporate corrupt media, the Mockingbird media. I asked you at 8 a.m. this morning, we opened up. Was this just a test? Has the CIA and the Mockingbird media been doing a test on a populist movement? CNN video 18.
Trump ended his support for her, but the president is dismissing her concerns.
Marjorie Trader Grin, I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her.
Sorry, had to get a shot of juice. You caught me. Marjorie Trader Green, I don't think anybody cares about her. That's not working right now, Mr. President. That's not working. Now, this is where you don't like. What don't you like? Either you don't like the green beans or you don't like the corn on the cob. This is where you don't like when I find a nugget of truth over on the far left. Let's go ahead and run video 20. Pay attention. Nugget of truth.
Donald Trump used to go around the country doing these rallies all the time, and it was sort of a focus group. He would say something crazy, the audience would either respond positively or negatively, and it helped him craft his message to appeal to kind of a populist constituency. I don't think he has that now. He's hearing from ideologues like Stephen Miller, or he's hearing from billionaires, in his cabinet, or donors. And so Donald Trump, I think, is increasingly isolated and out of touch with his own populist movement.
As someone who went to, I think, more than 250 of those rallies, it was always a way for him to litmus test, and he would actively poll the crowd. Do you think I should do this? Do you think I should do this? On everything from his VP choice to policy decisions. I think you're right about that. But then I also...
He used to be connected. I've said it over and over. I don't know who's advising him. I don't. Now, no matter what you think, they're moving the narrative. Every single thing Donald Trump says, grocery prices are coming down. Every single thing he says, look at here. I'll give you this right here. Give me number 50. Grocery prices, lower prices are on their way. What? Give me number. Grocery prices are on the way. Now, 84. SNAP recipients to get full benefits this November. 107. I told them back in August they had a problem. Beef, tomatoes, coffee and tea, bananas, they're lowering tariffs. Interesting. Right? Now they're lowering tariffs. 108. They're going to push back. Everything he says, they're pushing back. 108. Demand for food assistance rising as holidays approach. 104. Right in that time where you get that Omaha Steaks, right? Omaha Steaks CEO, beef set to cost $10 per pound. Hey, I like a good Christmas gift to Omaha Steaks. Easy, right? I mean, if you don't think every single thing, every move this guy makes, they're going to do everything to shut him down. Give me number 128. Right? 128. Consumers brace for more expensive holiday season, 129. Remember Trump said the other day, grocery prices, they're down. Everything's down, only beef. And Thanksgiving is way down. He kept saying it and saying it. And I kept saying, hey, stop. Quit saying it. Quit saying that. Trust me, it's going to be a problem. Nope, kept saying it. Well, they put it up here. 134. I'm not telling you this is 100% true. I'm just saying the narrative. They're tearing everything up. Go with 120, 146, right? Here's all these prices. Here's the prices. Coffee, uncooked ground beef, uncooked beef steaks. Look at that. Every single thing he says, they will. He has to have a major turnaround in 2026. And then he's out there saying, what if I send you $2,000? Will that shut you up? That's my opinion, okay? I know you don't like that, but, you know, what if we, give me number 51. What if we send you a couple grand? Will that shut you up? What do you mean? Now, they're going to run this narrative. What's number 51, right? What number are you on there? Because I'm on 51. I got to hurry up because I've got another segment before we get to, okay, if you don't have 51, that's cool. There it is. I gave her 160 pictures, folks. It's not her fault. Trump 2,000 tariff checks require a new law. Who's telling him to go out and say this stuff? So we're in the ballroom. We got gold leaf. It's the Gilded Age 2.0. I'm hanging out with billionaires. I'm jet setting. I'm having big parties. The government shut down. You may not get food stamps, right? Insurance is going through the roof. Oh, you guys upset? Give them $2,000. That'll ought to shut them up. That's the way it looks. That's the way it looks. Now, Thanksgiving, video 12.
Let's look, we got a chart here. Last year it was 21 total products. This year it's 15. Total number of items in those products was 29% now. 29 now it's 22. There's more generic brand stuff. So I mean, Thanksgiving, if you're going to the store to buy groceries for Thanksgiving, it's going to be more expensive.
I really don't understand where you're going in the sense that Joe Biden gave us 20%
He's not
inflation.
president. Donald Trump's president.
No, and you want us to fix the hole that Joe Biden dug right away.
Why does the president tell
the prices went up so much under Joe Biden, and inflation is way down. Inflation is about half what it was in December. This is something that's being fixed fast, and real incomes are up after dropping about 3,000 under Joe Biden. And so, sure, you can find a few things where the price is higher, but there's a whole bunch of stuff where the price is lower, like gasoline, like mortgage rates.
The Republican.
He's not wrong. But the president can't be out there every day saying, look at the price of Thanksgiving. Look at what we've done. He's not 100% wrong, Kevin Hassett. But he's following up this video 14, Face the Nation yesterday morning, right?
In Washington and this week on Face the Nation, the shutdown is over, but the problems that led to the crisis persist, and politicians are scrambling to make prices affordable for Americans. Affordability is the new buzzword in Washington, and President Trump is testing ideas to help consumers, including potential tariff dividends and 50-year mortgages. Those may be a tough sell, but Mr. Trump did move to help consumers by rolling back tariffs on some food imports, like bananas, beef, and tomatoes.
Just had a little bit of a rollback, but some foods, like coffee, as an example, where the prices of coffee were a little bit high, now they'll be on the low side in a very short period of time. In terms of affordability, it's not a good word for the Democrats. It's a good word for us because our prices are much lower and will soon be much, much lower.
One price spike that can't be fixed by easing tariffs: health care premiums, especially for those covered under Obamacare. We'll look for solutions for that.
Now, I understand the Republicans did not put Obamacare in place. And I understand COVID era, right? COVID era subsidies and all the above. I understand that. But where is the plan? I mean, I even have to ask, where is the plan? I asked Buddy Carter, running for U.S. Senate here in Georgia, congressman from the first, where the plan is. I don't know. I mean, he owns pharmacies. He's been in the pharmaceutical business. I don't know. Where's the plan? Now, so if you hear coffee is high, give him a check. Give me video 15.
Friday, we spoke with the chairman of one of the Senate committees responsible for crafting healthcare legislation, Louisiana's Bill Cassidy, who is also a doctor. We began by showing him what the president is thinking of for a healthcare fix.
I'm calling today for insurance companies not to be paid, but for the money, this massive amount of money, to be paid directly to the people of our country so that they can buy their own health care, which will be far better and far less expensive than the disaster known as Obamacare.
So
that's the plan? Give the people the money. Let them buy their own health insurance. We're partying. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. I don't know about you. Is that the plan? That's the plan? So what is the plan to stop insurance companies from denying coverage of tests? What is that plan? When are you going to discuss these enormous, glamorous towers that they call hospitals and research centers and cancer centers and stuff? When are you going to talk about, like, the money that's going in those places? What is the plan? Now, last on this, give me the price of food video 19. I'm telling you, they're running the narrative. Now,
Still to come, as the rising cost of food is due to send Thanksgiving costs soaring, some can't even look past where their next meal is coming from. More on the growing need for food assistance in the U.S. next.
So before we go and get ready for the Georgia Hour, and you don't want to leave, if you're nationally out there and you want to know what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm just saying there, you really want to know what happened with Marjorie Taylor Greene, what's going on. Did she want to run for Senate? Does she want to run for governor? What exactly happened? Stay right here at 10 o'clock. We're going to do that for you. Okay? We've done it over and over, but now that everything's out there, we're going to do it for you. We're going to talk about the 14th district. Now, another nugget of truth that you won't like. Give me this one. The split, the meltdown. Now, remember, for 2 hours today almost, I showed you how the narrative is back over. You could call them failing, but they gave them the narrative back. Now, video 21, I started out this morning, what side are you on? I said, what side are you on? Where are you at? Video 21, this is of great interest.
Again, really surprisingly last week, Donald Trump saying, yeah, we need foreign workers. We got to have foreign workers. I mean, the split was wide and growing. And then, of course, the Tucker Carlson dust up, also splitting the MAGA movement in half.
Yeah, I mean, 6 months ago, if you thought about MAGA, it was by far and away the most ascendant, powerful part of the media ecosystem. And it really is a metastasizing hot mess right now. Almost all the leading figures in MAGA that have big followings on YouTube, podcasts, online, are at war with each other. They're at war over things like anti-Semitism, nativism, misogynism, racism. They're trying to play out their rivalries in public. They're trying to bury their enemies within MAGA. And you're starting to see real substantive splits with Donald Trump. And where this matters, it really is over America First purity. There are a lot of activists who love Donald Trump who think it's crazy that we spend this much time bombing ships on the shores of Venezuela when you have prices going up for working class Americans. And remember, Trump won as the champion of that working class. The truth is he's a creature of the upperest of the upper class, right? He loves to hang out with moguls and rich people and CEOs and gild the office and take his golden bar from the Swiss as they try to get their tariffs lowered. And this is starting to cause real angst. And it might not topple Trump. I think the Epstein thing, it's one of the, like, how could you possibly be against voting for it, right? Like, sometimes these things you can.
The youth vote, the Hispanic vote, the black vote, right? I asked you when we opened this morning, what direction are you going in? Whose side are you on? What is really happening here? I mean, we look today, we don't have anybody arrested. No one's arrested this morning, right? We have Kash Patel. That's what I thought we wanted. We have Dan Bongino. That's what I thought we wanted, right? We have a total explosion of the Republican Party. Total explosion of MAGA, not Make America Great Again or America First, MAGA. Everything's exploded, right? And I mean, we have 111. I know nothing about this, nothing. I'm just saying, over in other countries and other places, they can arrest their leaders. They can, right? Former Bangladesh prime minister, she's been sentenced to death. I don't know what she did. She was convicted of crimes against humanity for crackdown on protests. I just threw it out there. Other countries, take that down, please. They can, we have no one arrested. MAGA is blown up. You have to pick a side. Laura Loomer, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones. Whose side you on? Where you at? Roger Stone. Roger Stone doesn't like, where's he at here? Roger Stone doesn't like Dinesh D'Souza, number 33. This is one right here. Just throw it out there. Everybody loves the polka, right? Here you go. Dinesh D'Souza. Steve Bannon offered to produce my first film, Obama's America. You'll raise the money and make the film, he said. Then you sign over the rights to me. Since the film was a huge financial success, he must have been so disappointed I didn't fall for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, anyone that falls for that, that's up to you. That's between you and anyone that falls for it. So a couple little things before we roll out. Number 56, we have showed you the great corruption scandal in Ukraine. But if you have a corruption scandal, you bring in Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo joins advisory board of the scrutinized Ukrainian defense firm, Firepoint. We've talked about that. You can go look it up. So if you have a major corruption scandal in Ukraine, where do you go to try to save face? Number 55, you go to none other than the French. Yes, Macron said, Macron said, "You come over here. You come here." Ha ha ha. I don't know what he said. I don't know what happens. Okay, so we know that big corruption scandal is over there, but we also know number 18 that 100,000 young men have fled Ukraine, and Germany's saying, "Look, you got 100,000. They fled Ukraine. They got to go back. They got to go back. All right, they have to go back." Just saying. Let's see if there's anything else because we have the Georgia Hour coming up, and I want to make sure I don't forget this. Give me 96. What's number 96? I have it circled for a reason, so I've got to look. Oh, by the way, the Christian answer to Trump and Trumpism is finally here. So we have been waiting on the Pope. I mean, you can't make this up. They have laid Trump's. The administration is wounded, and they are digging in. Where is the Charlotte this morning? I had what do they call it? Charlotte's Web. Where's it at? With the streets of Charlotte. Give me number 105, right? 105. Border Patrol fans out across Charlotte, North Carolina, arrest 81 people on first day. Redistricting tomorrow. We got to talk about that. We've talked about it over and over. 30 million came across. Go look up how many cannabis farms are in America now. And I wonder who works there. I mean, if you legalize weed, right? And you're growing it all across the country, right? Got to have someone to work the farms. 30 million people are in here. Border Patrol fans out. Charlotte's Web, right? But you can't have, I mean, we've been waiting. I wonder if they cleaned up Chicago. Is Chicago all cleaned up? Everything good in Chicago now? I was just wondering. Give me 139. Affordability. That's the word. That's the word. Affordability. And, right? Even Fox News, I told you, affordability takes center stage in wake of off-year elections. I'm telling you right now, even Fox, everything's been turned back over to them. Where is my... Give me... There it is. 96. The Christian answer to Trump and Trumpism is finally here. The Pope said, "Oh, no. So if you're the Christian answer, we've been waiting on this as Christians, not myself. Now, I want to go to two things before we go to the Georgia Hour. Give me number 90. And I wanted to say this because I want to take a long break for you to get over it. From voices to songs and AI takeover. My opinion, AI. The entire world. All right. Look at data centers. So, data centers. I had it here just a minute ago. Give me number 62. We'll look at more of those. Data centers are concentrating. I want this one back after that. Give me data center 62 and then come back to that. Data centers are concentrated in these states. Here's what's happening to electricity prices, okay? As you can see, we have Georgia on this. We'll get into the next segment. Take that down. Go back. Now, the world, all you ever hear about are chips. NVIDIA, Intel, the CHIPS Act. You hear about chips, right? And you hear, right, quantum computing. You hear a lot of stuff. And we got these data centers. You got deep fakes. Can't tell the people apart. Got robots. Give me Elon Musk. Give me video 24.
There's going to be an interesting threshold that AI passes, AI robotics pass, where it's run out of things to do for humans. Just literally, it's completely satiated all human wants. And then I guess it'll have to start thinking about what to do for itself, or I don't know. Overall, I want to take the set of actions that expand consciousness into the future, so that the scope and scale of consciousness grows tremendously, and that we explore other star systems, like in Star Trek, go places nobody's ever gone before, and find out if there are existing alien civilizations, or maybe there's a long dead alien civilization, and we can...
All right, AI. We already have a situation where AI talked a kid into or participated in discussions on suicide. We've already had discussions, Sam Altman and others, about how to curtail AI when it wants to do bad things, right? And it goes past the level. We know that, all right? And we already know robots. I asked some ladies Saturday, I said, what are you going to do when you're at the grocery store and a robot said, can I help you find something? Are you going to tell them what you want to find? Right? Robots, we've talked about that. Elon Musk said they're going to do everything a human can do, and they'll just have to find stuff for themselves to do. Now, chips. There's a race in this world. Right? To be the leader in artificial intelligence. A race in the world. One day, AI will launch a nuclear attack. And all the other AI from the other countries will recognize a nuclear attack's been launched, and they'll launch their own. Just something I think could happen. Watch out. All right, Georgia Hour, 10 o'clock. Marjorie Taylor Greene, what's going on with her? Data centers. Just saying. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Divorce is tough, but your finances don't have to be. I'm David Cross, and I'm a certified divorce financial analyst practitioner. My job is to help you get a fair financial settlement in your divorce and to guide you to smarter money decisions. Find out how we can help you. U.S. Asset Management. It's your money and your future.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $11,500 off Silverado 1500 and $9,000 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss this last call and save $11,500 off Silverado 1500 and $9,000 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Hi, Diane. How are you? I'm your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour Monday morning, right? November 17th, 2025, the Georgia Hour. Now, we're going to give you a little update on some things. Now, Friday, if you were not here from the 8 to 10, okay, for the 8 to 10 segment this morning, and you just tune into the Georgia Hour, you ought to try 8 a.m. Try starting your day with us at 8 a.m. And if you do not get a chance to be here at 8 a.m. and you're here at 10, always remember on Rumble, voiceofruralamerica.com, we have a replay going. And then also on Roku, Voice of Rural America, we have a replay. And if you go to Voice of Rural America, our Rumble channel, and subscribe to Voice of Rural America Rumble channel, then every time we're live, or you can go there, you can find all of our segments that we have. That being said, we'll discuss. I know Friday when we left, I was very upset. I don't even know. Did I do this? Welcome to the Georgia Hour, brought to you by voiceofruralamerica.com. I'm your host, BKP, 11/17/2025. When we left Friday, I was very upset. I was. And thank you for all the people that sent me messages of concern. Yeah, many of you were concerned Friday, and I appreciate it. But I was very angry Friday, and I don't even like that. I don't even like that feeling of being angry. But as we closed down Friday, when Judge McAfee and what's his name, I'll get to it in a minute, decided to take the RICO case on, it just hit me the wrong way. That it was just, it's time to be over with that in Georgia. And we'll discuss the RICO case and where it stands. But again, thank you for the concerns. I was so upset. Many of you sent me messages and calm down and, and whatever. So we'll discuss that later. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, and I'm not going to say this in an ugly way. I'm not going to get into it. But I don't know if you're an employee somewhere. Okay, sometimes you're not allowed to go out with a public opinion if it, has something to do with your job. And we have several employees in the state of Georgia that work for Turning Point. I don't know if it's Turning Point Action or Turning Point World or Turning Point, what the actual company is in Georgia, but we have several Turning Point employees. And a young lady that is an employee of Turning Point by the name of Emery Roy. We're not going to get into anything ugly today. Emery Roy wrote a very long support of Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's an employee here of Turning Point something in Georgia. And I said something, I don't have it, but you can see it. I haven't deleted it. It's on X. And I said something, and she opened up by saying, although she, thinks a lot of the president, something of that nature, she went into a full support of Marjorie Taylor Greene over in the 14th district. She works for Turning Point, Emery Roy. And I just put on there something to the reference, has Turning Point endorsed, or is Turning Point supporting Marjorie Taylor Greene over President Trump? I did say something. It's like I said, it's there. You can see it. Wow, did she get angry? She got so angry. She did. And it's, like I said, it's all up there. And she called me. She said, she told me to go pound sand, old man. I was like, wow, called me an old man. I was like, it hurt my feelings. Sorry. I tried to pull that off. Then on top of that, we got to get into Marjorie Taylor Greene here. As you well know, number 20, Rena Brother, which whatever bucket of water Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, wants him to carry that day, or Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, wants him to carry that day, whatever I think he is paid at his broadcast, whatever water I think possibly benefits him financially, he's attacking Mike Collins here. But when I said that the other day, and I call him Rena Brother for just that, I think he maybe, question mark. Well, he went on Facebook and he called me fat. was like, my God, these people. He said, and he went after me. He attacked me on Facebook. But anyhow, that being said, I wanted to get that out of the way because, Shelley and Roy, you hurt me widow feelings. All right, now take that down. Now, moving right along, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, I told you, let's go with this right here. Does she want to run, right? Just pick one out, number 39. So she's in the 14th district of Georgia. Now, the 14th district was Tom Graves' district. And I'm going to tell you the whole story. You ready for the whole story? Because Marjorie's not from the 14th district. She didn't live in the 14th district when she ran for office. She lived in the old 6th district. And she originally came out when she ran for Congress. She originally came out, just for you people out there nationally that want to know a little more about MTG, she originally came out and said she was running in the 6th district of Congress, and she would put $1 million or something of that nature into the race, and she was going to run against then sitting Congresswoman Karen Handel, an incumbent, right? And they were trying to save, and that's Mark Meadows. At that time, Mark Meadows is the chair of the Freedom Caucus or something, whatever, right? He's from North Carolina, congressman. He's Congressman Mark Meadows, pretty high up there, and Jim Jordan. Now, the stories are there's several. So someone will come after me and say, well, you missed this detail or that detail. And Republicans were trying to save, at that time, the 6th district for Karen Handel. And what they didn't need is a primary challenger like Marjorie Taylor Greene with little money going after Karen Handel, and then Karen Handel eventually losing to Lucy McBath. So at that time, Tom Graves, a little back history, Tom Graves, the former congressman of the 14th district, he was summoned home. I love that. Sorry. Just leave it there. He was summoned home. Hurry home, Tom. Dear Tom, hurry home. I don't think D.C. is good for you. Signed, your wife. Just while we're here. Oh, wow. So Tom Graves, we understand, was summoned home. Now the 14th district, he's not going to run for election. He comes home. The 14th district is an open district. So we understand Mark Meadows and Jim Jordan. Someone paid MTG a visit, called MTG up and said, why don't you take your money and go over to the 14th district and we'll support you? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No matter what they say, we'll support you. So Republicans in the House, I hear Jim Jordan, I hear Mark Meadows, I hear Mark Meadows' wife. They poured support into MTG to get her elected over in the 14th district, get her away from the 6th district. Run hard right in the 14th district and you will win. And she did. Okay. Now, we all know the backstory on MTG in the 14th district, Nancy Pelosi, all the attacks. But I watched her. Now, the 14th district of Georgia, if you're out there nationally, these are amazing people. They really are. They're good people. They're salt of the earth, as you call them. They're good people. I mean, there's several of them, like Jackie Harling, right? Denise Burns. The list goes on. There's a couple of them over there that, they were told, push BKP over the cliff if you can. We'll leave it at that. But in general, okay, Whitfield County, Walker County, Catoosa County, Paulding County, list goes on. Gordon's is back over in the 11th now. All right. But list goes on. It's just amazing people. Murray County. Now, that being said, She knows her district. I'm going to give her credit for that. But I watched the turn. Now, when she supported Kevin McCarthy, remember that? When she supported Kevin McCarthy and the omnibus bill, I said no. And I told people then, I said, she's making a transformation. I was the first one in the state of Georgia to show people, or nationally, she was making the turn to appeal to run for Senate. In fact, in July, right? I think it's July of 2023. Now, this is a clip on Real America's Voice with Ed Henry in the morning, July 2023. Give me video 23.
It's Monday night in your district, and I've spoke to grassroots activists in your district that are not happy, Marjorie. I said, enough's enough.
Yeah, so Pritchard had some really tough words for MTG, even more harsh than what we played for you there. Now, he speculates that perhaps the reason why MTG is kind of aligning herself a little bit more with the establishment is so that she can try to make herself, quote, a little bit more palatable to the rest of the state of Georgia. He thinks she's going to run for Senate in 2026. Of course, that's just speculation on his part. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But Ed, I know you sat down with MTG there in West Palm this past weekend. You asked her about some of this criticism. What did she have to say? What's her side?
Well, it's interesting because I was stunned, and I think some people criticized me in the audience saying you were too gentle on her, but I didn't want to attack her right out of the gate. I want to give her a fair chance to respond. And I said, a lot of people in the audience, speak directly to them. I'll get out of the way. They don't think you're true to the MAGA base, Karen. And she kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? And then said, I'm pushing this anti-grooming bill and I'm doing this, and would not address it head on. So what stunned me, Carolyn, to answer your question directly is, I thought it was a great opportunity with the RAV audience
for her to address it.
Yeah, and be open, honest, transparent. And instead, she pretended like there's not a problem, and it got worse. Because then she, at least twice, I think, in the interview, cited her close relationship with Speaker McCarthy. And you had that photo up there with the selfie. Her alliance with McCarthy, I think, Carolyn,
is a big problem for everyone.
It's a big part of this problem. Your last thought, and then we'll bring in Ralph.
Well, yeah, you had mentioned the transgender bill she's championing, and that's very popular, and her base loves that and appreciates that in her, and want to see her continue fighting on those fronts. But to your point, I think they wanted to hear her address the criticism that is warranted in their minds, which is the alliance with Kevin McCarthy, which is her vote on the debt ceiling, some other things. So we'll see how it all shakes out. This guy, Brian Pritchard, here in Georgia, again, he's saying, listen, the door's open. We'll see if she changed. Let's hope that these factions can come together. But a lot of people have some concerns, and I'm sure she's hearing them. I'm sure she's aware of them.
She certainly is. Carolyn Ryan, we appreciate your reporting as always.
July 2023. July 2023. I told you she's running for Senate. I told you that. The Kevin McCarthy. Now, July 2023, when this happened, right, and I made my statements, this is when she went after me. And she participated with Josh McCoon of the Georgia Republican Party and others to remove me. She went after me because, you see, I opened the door and spilled the beans that she was running for 2026, the Senate. She wanted to. I spilled those beans. I told people this was the turn. I said that. Now, Diane, I don't know if you found anything else. Was there anything of any substance? Because I know several months ago we said she couldn't. We said she was wanting to win. Did you have something else before I move on? About that, we're going to stay on the Senate for a minute. Marjorie Taylor Greene cannot win a statewide race. She can't win a statewide race. It's not going to happen. If Marjorie Taylor Greene is at the top of the ticket, governor, lieutenant governor, all the way down through there, ticking all the way down through there, they have a problem. Just fact. We're talking politics. They have a problem. John King, insurance commissioner. May. I told you May. Okay? Now, polling data came out. I told you back in May. May, June, July, August, September. We're in October. I told you 6 months ago. 2023, I told you she wanted to run. Now, I could lay this out of what happened. I told you in May, she cannot win a statewide race. But she was still making the turn. So, in July of 2023, I said what I said. I was the first one to step out and say she wants to be senator, and she worked with the Georgia GOP. They'll admit it. They'll swear it's a lie to get rid of me. Now, I don't want to go much further with this other than, thank you for that clip, Diane. Now, here's where the problem lies in the state of Georgia for MTG. Give me number 66. If you go look this up, this is record, all right? And I'm going to give you 3 things that happened. MTG in the 14th district, her district in general likes her. And I'm going to show you who I think made a move. And I don't know if there's any connection. I'm going to show you something because President Trump has asked for someone to primary her in the 14th district of Georgia. Now, that being said, let me give you 3 things. Now, right here, Marjorie Taylor Greene is at the Georgia Republican Party convention. President Trump pulls support from Marjorie Taylor Greene, encourages primary challenger. I've told this over and over. Marjorie Taylor Greene went to bat for Trump from the time she got elected. Went to bat. Wore the hat on the floor of Congress, took the attacks, yelled out loud at Joe Biden, took the attacks. She did spend, I don't know the money, but she flew all over the United States, went to any rally, anywhere. If he told her, get on the plane today, we're doing a rally tomorrow, she got on the plane. Just telling you. Now, President Donald Trump did not have a bigger supporter when it comes to, remember that night with Kevin McCarthy, don't forget, President Trump, she was holding the phone up from President Trump, asking people and encouraging them to vote for McCarthy. Now, there was a time it didn't matter what he said. MTG was on the plane. Next day, she did. She went to rallies. Now, MTG did not fight the election corruption in Georgia quite the way she should have, but my opinion will always be she was encouraged to keep it down a notch. And the reason she was encouraged to keep it down a notch in Georgia is because it would inflame the Lieutenant Governor, Burt Jones. Yes, you can't make this up. I'm going to lay it all out and what they do with me or do with the information they can, because these are just the facts. Now, this is at the convention. You go back, you look at, I think 3. Go back and look at 3. Dalton, and the last two at Columbus, the Georgia Republican Party conventions, and see how much money she invested in the Georgia Republican Party as sponsorship. Go look at 3 conventions, I think, in a row, where she put enormous amount of money in the Georgia Republican Party. Now, I was first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. I was not privy to any conversations. I'll let you know that. Marjorie Taylor Greene never called and told me directly. Josh McCoon never called and said directly. But she poured a lot of money into the Georgia Republican Party over the last 3 convention cycles when they wanted Josh McCoon, Candace Taylor, right? Sally Grubbs. God, the list goes on. Denise Burns, Vicky Consiglio. When they all wanted me out because I know too much. You never know what happens when you know too much. Or I truly support President Donald Trump, or I know someone's making a turn to run for Senate. You got to get me out of there. And as soon as July, see, I got elected in June. As soon as July, right? She turned, when I said she's running for Senate, you heard it in the clip. She participated with the Georgia Republican Party to remove me. So I'm going to look at the camera, look you right in the eye. Cannot tell you I'm privy to their conversations. But I really think Josh McCoon, which ask Candace Taylor, I mean, she won't tell you, but ask her what kind of deal or implying some kind of deal or implying all the help she needed in the first district to get rid of me, right? So I feel strongly that there was implied help from Marjorie Taylor Greene on the Senate. Now, this is where they don't like it. Donald Trump makes a deal with Brian Kemp. Yes. Yes. The Valdosta deal, as we've called it in the past. Where's it at here? We know where it's at. It's called the Valdosta deal, right? Remember when Trump went to Valdosta and they buried the hatchet? Give me 69. And then give me number right there. Green says she regrets toxic politics. Split with Trump widens. Number 70, right? I thought I had my, right? So give me number 10. This is the Valdosta deal. Now, at this time, I don't know that President Trump knows in Valdosta, right, hurricane relief, where President Trump and Brian Kemp shook hands. And at this time, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I've already called it out. Remember July 2023? I've already called out she wants to run for Senate. Trump knows she wants to run for Senate. Trump knows that. She thinks with Trump's endorsement, and she's earned it, that's what she thinks. Now, this guy has stabbed Donald Trump in the back every single turn. Every single turn, this guy, well, that would be Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia. Anytime, everywhere, he has stabbed Donald Trump in the back. Remember, in Valdosta, there was a truce. And then we all have heard the story that Brian Kemp and Donald Trump made a deal. We've heard that story over and over, that they would find someone to mutually run for Senate that they both could endorse so we can unify Georgia. Here we are today in Georgia, and it's blown all to hell. I mean, it's blown all to hell. What the hell was that? What was that? Was that an earthquake? Remember, there was a apparent deal. And the deal was, we're going to find someone. Brian Kemp's going to endorse him. Donald Trump's going to endorse him. We're unified. Where does that leave Marjorie Taylor Greene? Right? Stabbed in the back. Right? Stabbed in the back. Kemp shuts up. Kemp doesn't go after Trump. Kemp pretends to support Trump, stays out of the way. Trump wins Georgia. Part of the deal is he stays out of the way. Trump wins Georgia. Trump returns the favor by both of them endorsing a Senate candidate. Then the polling comes in. This is all just tea leaves. You understand what I'm saying? The polling comes in. This guy sees the polling. Trump sees the polling. Trump sends the polling to Marjorie. That's the words that are out there. Basically, you're not getting the endorsement. I can't help you, Marjorie. I wish I could. I have a deal with Brian Kemp. Now, let me look at this right here. I do not know. That's 1. I do not know. 2. I do not know. 3. Do not get shocked that Derek Dooley does not get Donald Trump's endorsement. Or do not get shocked that Derek Dooley does not want Donald Trump's endorsement. Things are moving very quickly. So MTG, she gets stabbed in the back by Brian Kemp. She gets stabbed in the back by the Georgia Republican Party because Josh McCown sure as hell can't support MTG, knowing his boss, Brian Kemp, because Josh McCown works for the state of Georgia, that his boss has got a different guy. Oh, yeah. No respect for Donald J. Trump. Not an ounce. So MTG is flat out of... Yep. On the Senate race. Now, what if she wanted to run for governor? She has put the work in for Donald J. Trump. This is far from me endorsing no way under the sun MTG. MTG is, I mean, she talks about, MTG talks about what Donald Trump's done to her and how she is now getting threats and attacks. She participated in what she participated on me. The threats and attacks my family went under. Josh McCown knows. Yeah, there's others. We'll leave the names out right now. So when she's talking about the threats and attacks that she's under, hey, Marjorie, you might understand what you did to my family, but that, hey, it's over. So this is not an endorsement of any way whatsoever of Marjorie Taylor Greene. But now, well, she wants to run for governor. And now you got Burt Jones. You got Burt Jones's dad, Bill Jones. Right? You got Bill Jones. I think that's his dad's name. Very, very wealthy family. Very wealthy. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene can't find a lot of things that Burt Jones has done on the MAGA lane. That she has. And Marjorie Taylor Greene started talking about state issues a couple months ago. Now, I'm going to make a prediction, right? I'm going to make a prediction. Oh, thanks. I'm going to make a prediction that what has happened with President Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually got some ties to Burt Jones and his governor's campaign. I think, just saying, to shut her down. Oh, I would not get shocked in the last couple weeks There's been a whole lot of talk that Marjorie is reaching across the aisle, reaching the middle, reaching independent voters, reaching women. I would say the polling has moved on Marjorie Taylor Greene running for governor to the point, maybe senator, to the point it might be competitive, whether you like it or not. No matter how much that the shutdown on her had to happen. And the only way to shut her down and try to destroy her from thinking about Senate or thinking about running for governor is what happened this past weekend. Now, I'll say this. Derek Dooley and Brian Kemp, now give me number 17. They've blown all of Georgia all to hell. I'm serious. Maybe we can pull things back together. But, since Marty Antoinette Kemp is wearing the Pray shirt, that's all we could really do here in Georgia. Pray. Now, number 2, let me just say this and move out of the way. Number 2, the Kemp machine on how Georgia's governor is buying congressional seats and crushing conservative challengers. I have a prediction I can't put out right now. But remember this. Give me number. There's something here you need to pay attention to. Number 64. I understand that, I hate to say this. I understand that Colton Moore and MTG are not close friends, State Senator Colton Moore. Now, the other day, President Trump threw out, I'd like to find a primary challenger. There's been a lot of talk that if MTG stepped out and ran for governor or ran for Senate, that State Senator Colton Moore would try to run for the 14th district. He put this out, and MTG is no way, capital letters, a Massey. All right. Now, just in transparency, State Senator Colton Moore, one of his best friends, very close, one of his very best friends is the chief of staff, is Thomas Massey's chief of staff. Okay? Massey is principled, MTG is politics. Now, this may have helped his fundraising to put a little tick out there, because Trump, before he's going to endorse you, wants to know if you can fundraise. MTG is no way a Massey. Massey is principled. MTG is politics. He threw this hook out November 15th, 2 days ago, at 20 of 7 in the evening. Colton Moore. So there's some development coming. Get ready, because I do not know who is challenging MTG that would get the endorsement. Now, I will tell you this. I think this could be a tough opponent, and I'd hate to see this happen. I don't wish this on the 14th district and the people of 14th district. I hope, like anything, that the 14th district voters do not have to choose between MTG and Colton Moore. And I'm not for sure I disagree with many things that MTG has said here recently. The 14th district is working class people, and they're working class people. And the things she has said recently reflect looking out for her district, is, in my opinion, what she has said in the most part. My hope is he does not get an endorsement and does not run and does not put, and this is not negative to Senator Colton Moore, but does not put the 14th district in jeopardy like that. That's number one. Number two, if Donald J. Trump endorses someone else and MTG still wins, I think MTG is strong enough. We'll find out. Now, the 14th district chairman, Jim Tully, is the Republican Party chair, and he put his full support behind MTG the other night. Now, Jim Tully, 14th district chair, put his full support behind MTG the other night. Denise Burns, former 14th district chair, I've not seen a tweet where she has put her full support, but I know they're good friends. So Donald Trump endorses someone else and MTG wins. This could get quite interesting. Now, it moves over to, is this door getting opened here? Number 75. And I just want to say this, okay? Raffensperger launches first major policy plan with property tax relief package. Now, where are your problems at here? Burt Jones, the lieutenant governor of Georgia, running for governor, who has Donald Trump's endorsement, seems to be a little busy with a certificate of need issue on a hospital that may be going on property his family owns. And then the other thing, which we'll get to in a minute, are all the Burt Jones family data centers. Now, data centers are not popular in Georgia. Not with the base. They're not. And then the other thing Burt Jones is saying is, we're going to get rid of your state income tax. Now, before I get there, give me this. Come back to that. Give me number 77. No, 78, right? Now, the commission that Burt Jones put in place, and I've called it, it's not an attack on Burt Jones because I always get the messages. No, I've always called all these committees, all of them. These are political stunts right now, all right? And this is Blake Tillery. And if Georgia lawmakers get rid of state income tax, they would have to more than triple the sales tax to make up for the lost revenue, according to a new report from the left-leaning Georgia Budget and Policy Institute. Now, it's left-leaning. The report released this morning says Georgia's sales tax rate would have to be 12% instead of 4% to make up for $19.5 billion generated by the state income tax. That would mean a net tax increase of about $1,000 per year for 80% of Georgia households. Now, the problem with this right now, this is a left-leaning group that put this out, but I don't see Republicans being able to win this argument because they've yet to convince, and Blake Tillery running for lieutenant governor, right? I was there the other night. He's holding up this thick binder of tax incentives for different corporations in Georgia. And he said we can start right here with finding corporate, what he called corporate welfare out of this and cut it to help balance cutting the state income tax. But see, that sounds good, but the last time, we can't remember the last time we saw government, state, county, or really federal, cut anything that they didn't get back somewhere else. So when you stand up and say we're going to cut state income tax, and we can find what we need out of here, and then you have someone going around saying, well, the study says people are going to pay $1,000 more, and then you have a guy like me saying, look, if you pay $2,000 a year, we'll just throw it out there, $2,000. If they are trying to convince you you're not going to pay the $2,000, they're wrong. You're going to pay the $2,000 somewhere else. So Burt Jones is out. We got certificate of need. We've got state income tax. We've got the narrative of the data centers. Let me just go here, number 62. Thank you. Got to throw a thank you out. This is from a viewer. Greatest research department in the world. Number 62, data centers are concentrated in these states. Here's what's happening to electricity prices. Give me 63. Now, as you can see, the governor's race could be harboring of political headwinds for the AI industry's data center build out, with the middle term elections just a year away. They're already looking at, they're already looking at major races to go after governor candidates. If you look at the top, total data centers in the U.S. state, you see the 25 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 200, and then the 200. Georgia's in the 162. Can you see that? 162 data centers in Georgia. Several, not all, several on Burt Jones' family property. So you got Brad Raffensperger over here, number 75. I know. Quit throwing things at the damn camera. Well, we hate. Just saying. Property tax. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger unveiled a property tax package Monday that would cap annual property tax increases to a rate of inflation and eliminate most local property taxes for seniors if the Republican is elected governor. For seniors. Now, what you got to be careful of, which we love our seniors, but property tax has the counties. Now, we just had HB 581, right, Diane? HB 581. We just had HB 581, but guess what? The House, your county, your Board of Education, your cities all went and said, we want an opt-out. This is tough because we want an opt-out. So you're crossing the line on the revenue that counties, Board of Education, and cities bring in. So this gets tough. So what you got to be careful of is if they give me 76, the proposal came weeks after rising utility rates helped fuel Democrat rout of 2 GOP incumbent public service commissioners. No retiree should lose their home to property taxes after a lifetime of paying them, Raffensperger said. The people that built Georgia shouldn't be taxed out of it. Now, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones has made eliminating state sales tax and the roughly $19 billion in annual revenue it brings to state coffers. You got to understand, there's a reason why the AJC just throwed in the same article a highlight Raffensperger helping seniors. Remember, anytime they cut tax on a senior, that's great, but they shift the burden. They shift the burden. other age groups pay the tax. You do. They never cut it. So much like I'd love to see senior citizens get a break on their taxes, at the same time, not really fair to shift the burden. Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones eliminating income tax. Do you notice they put the same thing in one article? Because the income tax, I mean, that's a dead issue. Now, let me throw in one more. You do know you have a very wealthy independent businessman running for governor. Now, I will say this out loud. I'm not impressed with the campaign yet. Okay. I spoke to this individual once. I spoke a second time to the individual. 2 minutes. I was told a communications person will get in touch with me, maybe get him on the show so we can introduce him to the base, that there was an option. So I don't know. I can't say negatives, but this is a very wealthy businessman in Atlanta. Video 28, Clark Dean.
Georgia's not California, and Atlanta will never be Chicago. I'm Clark Dean. I'm not a politician. I'm a husband, a father, a businessman, and a community servant. I'm tired of all the political squabbling. Georgia needs a leader with fresh legs, who's tested and ready to get in the game. I'll be a governor for all Georgians, a fighter who doesn't quit. When the game gets tough, I listen, I build teams, and I charge forward. Let's win together.
He has the money to get his name out. He is an option in the Georgia race. I cannot make comments at this time. Don't know enough about him, but I am looking much deeper. Now, let me get this before we close. Number 71. All right. Prosecutor takes the helm of the Georgia case against Trump. Now, there's two things I want to do. Number 3, let's go 3 and 4, and then we'll drop down. But remember, 3 and 4, this is the Department of Justice, wrote this letter October 30th. And I've been hanging on to this because it's the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections. Harmy Dillon wrote in support of the Georgia State Board of Elections to get these documents from Fulton County. Fulton County has basically said, well, we won't tell you what they've said, but it's just like, we don't care. We do not care what you say. Now, the citizens of Fulton County are getting ready to. There could be an enormous payout coming, and it could be a major cha-ching-ching for the Georgia Republican Party, too. Number 4, and I'll tell you that in a minute. So, Harmy Dillon said you have 15 days. That expired Friday. So we're very interested right now. This Monday morning, we're on watch. We want you to be on watch. We want you to let us know immediately. But we're waiting to see some sort of follow-up from the Department of Justice, not Pam Bondi in the Epstein file. Right? He sends out one tweet. Pam, go investigate, the Epstein file. No. I want to see what happens here. So we're waiting on that. Fulton County and Harmy Dillon and the Department of Justice. Now, Friday, what had me upset is Judge McElvey gave them until Friday, and that is hang tight. Hold on there, Baba Louie. I got it here somewhere. Boom, boom, boom. The prosecuting attorney council gave them till Friday to appoint someone else. Now, I told you all along they would not find someone else, and this is his name. Hang tight. We got it here. Diane, give me number. 67. And here is the statement. You can read it here. Statement, the prosecuting attorney counsel of Georgia, statement from Peter Skandalakis regarding appointment in the state of Georgia versus Donald J. Trump, the RICO charge. This morning, an administrative order appointing me to the case of the state of Georgia versus Donald Trump was filed with the Clerk of Superior Court, Fulton County, in compliance with the order issued by Atlanta Judicial Circuit Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee. Now, he had, and I think it's in here, okay. Give me number 68. At the time Judge McAfee issued the original order, right? And even after extending the deadline, I had not yet received the investigative file from the district attorney's office. The first transfer of material came October 29th on 2025 when Atlanta Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office delivered 101 boxes of documents. Now, what's upset me Friday, okay, and I will tell you this. You see that 101 boxes of documents? Those are open records requests. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Open records request. As soon as the case is closed. You see that? When there's 101 banker boxes of documents related to the Trump investigation, and then on November 6th, just over a week ago, the office delivered me 8 terabytes, an 8 terabyte hard drive containing the complete investigation file. So he has asked, he said, I'll take the case. So that was the first thing Judge McAfee, he could not find anyone else. And I told you this over and over. I said he will not find someone else to take the case. All right. And he didn't. Now, he can dismiss the case. So he goes in to Judge McAfee. He takes the case. He gets it assigned to him. All right. Now, what did happen is it was the prosecuting attorney counsel, Skandalakis, as the chair of that council, had to look for someone else. They couldn't find someone else. So they have to go tell the judge, we can't find someone else. But he could take it. And he's a former district attorney from Coweta County. He is a prosecutor. So he tells the judge he'll take it. Now, here's the thing I said the other day. The prosecuting attorney council, where did they get their budget? Now, there's been some discussion online from some good sources that he would have to have about a $10 million budget. No joke. There's been some discussion that a prosecution like this with all the defendants would cost around $10 million. Who is going to put $10 million out for this prosecution, right? Now, number 73, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, that's number 73, has scheduled a status conference for December 1st in the Georgia RICO election interference case to discuss the case's future, including whether a new prosecutor will seek superseding indictment. This comes after Georgia Court of Appeals officially disqualified Fonnie Willis. Now, here's the purpose of the hearing on December 1st. Conference is intended to allow the new prosecutor to update the court on how they plan to proceed with the case. So, what you have is it's not uncommon for a case to get moved. But Scott McAfee, the Superior Court judge of Fulton County, has this on his calendar. And he takes the case and says, basically give me 2 weeks. Because the judge says, hey, you're taking the case, but you're going to come back and tell me your status. It's very common to have what's called a status update on a case. Very common. What's your status? At this time, you tell the judge, I could be ready to go to court in a year. I could be ready to go to court in 6 months. You have to tell the judge when you could think you could be ready to go to court, how long it would take. If there's anything outside of the case thus far that you need help with or you got to tell the judge then. And you also can enter a dismissal. A lot of people think the Scandalakis is going to go back with the books. He's going to hear from certain people, you're not getting $10 million to work with. We don't want to touch this ever a case in the first place. A lot of speculation. I got to go with that. I thought it would dissolve the other day. I don't think this is the worst thing. I hate to see, but December 1st, Scandalakis could enter a motion to dismiss the case. Okay? Bottom line. Now, one more on that. Give me this right here. If the case is dismissed, this is quite interesting because if the case is dismissed, 72, everybody could get their money back. Kemp signs bill that could allow Trump recover Georgia election case costs. Brian Kemp signed a bill Wednesday. This was on May 14th. Signed a bill Wednesday that could allow President Donald Trump to recoup millions of dollars of legal costs from taxpayers in Georgia election interference. Kemp's signature on SB 244 is a potential boost to Trump, whose records show they've spent at least $2.7 million in this case so far. But this could be a big plus to all the defendants. Every one of them could be suing to get their money back and their legal bills paid. The door is open. Okay, number 11. Don't forget this guy here, number 11. I'll get the corporation. This is Derek Dooley's brother, Daniel Dooley, who Derek Dooley is running for U.S. Senate in Georgia. This is his brother, Daniel Dooley, who is involved, named in a corporation that filed bankruptcy that had a multi-million-dollar loan with First Liberty Building and Loan, the Frost family that went under. Yes, can't make it up. Then let's see who else we got here. Don't forget, let's see, what else do I want? I got to make sure it's 11 o'clock. Let's see what else. Hold on. I know there was one other thing I want to make sure we don't leave out. Number 81. I love this one here. So I'm sitting Saturday morning. It's really funny. I'm sitting Saturday morning, and this article says in the AJC, Georgia's top Republicans, U.S. Senate candidates now back release of Epstein files. Yes. Yeah, they now back the release of the Epstein files. I think it was just Saturday, one of those candidates said, I'll be voting no. But now that President Trump put out, go ahead and vote, they said, well, we'll back the Epstein files. We'll vote to open them up. Thank you. Hold on, Diane. I just want to make sure someone didn't send me something that has to be on this program, and I will. Boom, boom, boom. I'll read those tomorrow. Great. Well, I'll read them as soon as I'm off the show, and we'll see what I got here. And then, sure. I got to say, sure. Someone asked me to be on a show. More data centers. Let's see. Ooh, the fight for the future of humanity, artificial intelligence. Wow. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Thank you very much. God bless you. Don't be angry. There's no need to be angry. Even if someone is not on the same side, right now is our opportunity not to be angry. I know. I heard. Really? Were you listening Friday? Well, it's a new week. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.